I'm using this
When
end
you're
by
ready,
look at it.
Kirsty. Have you got your mic on?
Okay, so for those that don't know me, my name's Kirsty. So basically we're going to do some reciprocal teaching again, like the other sessions earlier. Now, what we're focusing on today, it's going to be a bit different for everyone, is fundamental movement skills that we can take back and put into a sporting situation. Okay, so if you can turn to the person next to you and do paper, scissors, rock. Okay, winners. We one short. One short. Okay, winners aside, losers aside. Go in winner section. Okay, now while you're in your groups, I want you to pair up with someone roughly about your height within your group.
There's not many people my height.
Okay, so should be two there. Yeah. Cool. Okay, so now the taller out of the two of you, come collect a piece of paper. Now you're not allowed to show this piece of paper to your partner. Ooh. Can we look at it? Yes, you can look at it. Okay, so what we're going to do is I'm just going to let you go out and for yourselves teach the person how to do that activity. I just want to see where your knowledge base is at so far. I'm going to give you guys a minute to do that, and then we're going to come back in and we're all going to talk about the different activities together. Okay, so if you want to go off into your pairs now and do the activity.
Is this just
Kicking? Yeah.
So we really like verbal instruction?
Yes, just verbal. Just verbal instruction.
I gave you verbal to start.
So only verbal instruction. Okay, so just verbal instruction for the activity.
Verbal.
Yeah, that's all right.
Okay. Right hand in front of you, and put your yeah, that's good. And then you're gonna put your
Left hand green.
further in front of your and then you're gonna do it. But you're gonna put your left arm down on the ground. And then you can do it.
Okay, so if everyone wants to come back in. So, anyone have any trouble figuring out what activity they were doing through the verbal instruction? No? Okay, so what did you guys have?
It's like a squat movement.
A squat movement? Okay, so how did you explain that? Without just telling them, I want you to squat, how did you explain it?
How do I explain that?
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. Well, how'd you explain it?
Part, so I just went visual.
Oh, went visual? Okay. Yep, no, that's fine. Ladies?
Melissa did the verbal.
Yep.
Yeah, it was like bending your knees and swinging your arms back and using the arms to create momentum.
Cool.
It's pretty much 3 key points.
3 key points. Awesome. And they were?
Just staying tall, stepping out, and then just not letting the knee cross the toe.
Cool. So, did you mention they had to drop the knee? You just said then that they had to step out, but you don't say anything about dropping the knee. You did? Okay. Cool. Next group.
just sort of on whether he should step and then swing his leg through?
Okay, so you had the kicking? Cool. Now, this one was a bit interesting, as everyone saw. So, what did we have? Cool. So, in other words, crawling. Crawling. Okay, so it's crawling. So, we all have to do that once in our life when we're babies. Yeah? So, it's something that we tend to grow up with. Crawling under nets for any military experience or anything like that. And you guys?
We had the squat. So I told her to put her arms out, bend your knees and push your butt out.
Interesting choice of words. Okay, so so basically another way to make things interesting to talking to your partner, for example with a squat, I want you to act as though you're going to sit on a toilet seat. Okay, so instantly you think, okay. We all know that you actually have to squat down and at some stage you have to get up off the toilet. So you have to come back up. Okay? Okay, so now what we're going to do is you're going to swap the bit of paper with someone in the circle and you're going to do a different one.
You're doing it.
Okay, so we're just going to, 2 minutes, you guys are going to swap the teachers and learners over. Okay, so swap the teachers and learners over. Now, go. I will come over and help correct anything that I think needs correcting.
Visual or verbal?
Verbal only.
Right, I want you to stand with your feet shoulder width apart.
You're allowed to use the equipment if you need it for that one.
Use our arm to propel yourself forward. And the jumping motion. So,
Okay, so you basically said what he needs to do. So you need to give him instruction without telling him what he's actually doing. So that's your task. So in that case you need to say, okay, I would like you to bend your knees and take your arms back and I want you to...
step by step.
Yep, step by step.
So how would I say if I want to do the movement
Then you just say, I want you now to propel yourself forward using your legs and then land in a landing motion. Okay, so whether it's straight up and down or out, you have to describe it to him. Okay? Okay, and so what did you guys have?
I just basically use my feet.
Use the seat?
Just to feet with part, just sit down.
Cool. Nice and easy then.
I watched it the other day and I saw the ball go this way and make it crawl that way.
Okay, so how'd the task go?
Yes, we've got it down to 3 steps.
3 steps?
Do you want a demo?
Yes, please.
Okay, step 1, step 2, step 3.
Awesome.
Now put it all together in one fluid movement.
Cool. Very good.
Very good.
And how did yours go?
Really good, really good.
Yeah? Have any problems with it at all?
Yeah. My dignity took it.
Okay, so if I can have everyone back in a circle again. Okay, so you guys are going to stick with that same piece of paper. Now that you're comfortable and know what you're doing, I want you to create an activity or a sporting situation that would use that movement. Okay, so for the teacher, if you want to go grab some equipment, you've got the mats and that blue bag there. You guys have 30 seconds to grab the equipment that you want and set it up. And you're going to have to run them through it, but it has to focus on that task that you have been given.
Can we come up with it together or does that?
No, the teacher has to come up with it and then you're going to swap over and do it that way again. Okay, so learners, stay with me. Teachers, go get your equipment.
To do the movement, does it have to stay like say mount squatting? They have to do that movement?
Yeah, so it still has to be a squat.
Dynamic movement, like to move? Like say, can I do this one?
Yep, you can do if you want. So you've got to put it into a sporting situation. So a squatting stance like that, you wouldn't just squat in a sport. So you need to think, okay, well, for example, in netball, if I'm defending and I'm squatting, but I see the ball going that way, and I want to intercept it, then I must jump. Okay? So you can adapt the movement.
Oh, that's sweet.
Quickly, you guys got 10 seconds to set up your equipment, and preferably down this end just for the sake of the camera. Okay, teachers, set up your equipment and then come back into a circle. Okay, so has everyone got their equipment? Yep. Cool, so what we're going to do is we're going to all do this one by one once everyone's had a go. Okay, so you're all going to go out to your own thing, set them up in like a circuit around me, and then once you've all taken your partner through it and you've gone through it yourself, we're then going to get everyone to go through all the obstacles together. Okay, everyone got that? Cool, so go out and set up your obstacle. Cool. Peekaboo. Cool. Cool, so what you'll notice that she did is she was careful of her back, because when you do lift anything, you got to make sure you have a stable back, so legs bent. So when you do it, next time, try not keep any legs straight. So it's always bend, especially if you're working in a work environment where you have to do a lot of heavy lifting, you always have to make sure knees are bent. Knees bent, up, out. Okay? Cool. Just want to say it again. Okay.
Maybe
Now,
a while back. Just because we're like,
so when you jump, what you'll notice is you're bent over like this. So that's a bit too far. You want about
45-degree angle.
There you go, 45. Okay? Yep, knees bent,
Yeah, but more
and then out. Yeah, that way it gives the chance for your knees to be more bent and therefore creates more force to go forward. Okay? Okay, so what could you use yours in?
We made a game of kick the ball against the wall.
Kick the ball against the wall. So what sport would it be used in?
Soccer.
Sweet, let's see how you go. Awesome. Okay. Just crawl through. Cool. You want to demonstrate?
I'm the student, yeah, I'm going to do it.
Cool, so you'll notice because it's not exactly tall, you have to adapt your crawling. So instead of just being tall with your crawl and just being on, yeah, you have to get lower to the ground. Cool. Okay, and what was yours?
We're doing the lunge,
Yeah.
so you have to stay on the mat, and the person is going to throw it, and you're going to try and hit it when it's about it really long.
Oh, okay. Do you want to demonstrate? Cool. Okay. Okay, so if everyone wants to come in for a second, please. Okay, so we don't have that much longer to go. So what we're going to do is the learners of each obstacle, I want you to go up to them now. And then what we'll do is I want everyone, all the teachers, to watch what they do. And then we're going to reverse the roles. Except we're going to do a circuit. So for the learners, while you're doing your activity, you have to focus on what the next activity is also. Okay? So it's a little bit of thinking within it. So if the learners want to go out to the activity, so this helps, and for the teachers you can have a look around and have a look and see what you have to do next also. Okay? So learners begin.
The learner goes through it?
Yeah, the learner goes through it.
Yeah, okay, they turn on one.
Yeah. Okay, so you can see for that one that he's crawling through his obstacles. So that's the next one you're doing? Yeah. Okay, cool. Okay, move on to the next one.
Learners move on.
Yeah.
And teachers stay here.
Yeah. Teachers, you're explaining if they get stuck.
Okay, so
Oh.
Like about 45 degree angle. So what we're doing is jumping over the green mat. Swinging our arms forward. Yeah.
Good. Okay, learners, rotate. Three, thank you.
wait. So you're making sure you're
Having fun watching people crawl through.
Well done.
Awesome. Cool. Okay, and swap. So rotate. So two more and then that's finished.
Just there. Knees bent. Back about 45 degrees. You can use the arm to control that side forward.
Cool. Two. Okay, rotate. You should have one more activity after the one that you're doing now.
Sitting up. Just use your arms.
push action from the shoulders. From here you put your weight up to
Use
90
more legs.
degrees.
Squatting down.
Nice work.
Nice.
Okay, remember you're trying to sit on a toilet seat, so you don't want your stance to be too wide. Okay? Okay, and swap. Last one. And then we'll get everyone to come into a circle again once you've completed it.
So this one is 3 steps. Knees bend. Back to you.
1 minute, thank you.
When you're going down, you've got to bend your knees.
Okay, once you've completed your task, please come back into a circle around me. That means leaving the equipment where you found it. Okay, so how'd we go?
Good.
Good? Anyone find anything difficult about that?
No.
No? Okay, teachers, what would be different for you compared to the learner? Besides teaching. What felt different about doing the activity? Anyone?
I think your way to provide like instructions.
Instructions? Yep.
Maybe
That's cool.
points, little points. Like
Little points?
a few points.
So you had to figure out those points for yourself instead of me physically directing you guys through them. You had to come up with the points yourself. So through something you've seen previously, and I would come around and assist if I thought assistance was needed. Yeah. Okay. So you guys were the teachers. I was the observer, and would help direct you in the right direction. Okay. So therefore, the reciprocal teaching: teacher, learner, teacher, learner. Okay.
It was quite useful when you corrected one of my students, particularly around bending the legs.
Yep.
I'd forgotten about that.
Cool. I hope you guys enjoyed it. So now that we're finished, if we can all grab the gear that is laid out and actually put it back where it was for the next group.
Thank you.